what it's like being you, or a teenager in general, like since you just graduated high school, like being a kid in this generation. Like, what is your take on it now that you're a little bit more mature, being that you're out of high school? What was it like being like a student athlete, but also like having to go through this generation around kids, around high school, and like the way it is?
Like, what are the pressures of your generation that you feel that you as a teenager or teenagers that you know go through? What are the pressures? And where's the pressure coming from?
I don't know. I don't really feel any pressure.
No?
Besides cheer.
Well, what about mental health in your school? Because I know you've known several people that have talked about self-harm, let's say, and or unfortunately have passed away because they've taken their own lives. So tell me what that's been like and what do you think is the problem? Like, what do you see?
I don't want to mean to parents, but I feel like it's a big, like, household and parent thing. Like, I don't know. I guess it can be hard to see if they're struggling, but I feel like when I have kids, I'm going to be really close with them so that where I know that if they're struggling with something, that they're going to tell me and that I can, like, get it fixed right away before something like that happens. But I think social media can be a part of it and how people are raised, like people doing it because people they're around.
Are you talking about parents or kids?
Like kids they're around, girlfriends, boyfriends, like family life, people do it.
Yeah. And I like that you said it. You said like parents have a lot to do with it. So, I mean, what do you think a little bit about therapy? Maybe not what it's done for you, but like, do you think it's important?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very important.
Now, let me ask you this, because again, you're the child of a therapist. I mean, so, pretty badass one. And I know like with the boys, I was educator and therapist, but they were always bringing, hey, my mom will handle, hey, mom, I've got so-and-so. Hey, mom, can you help so-and-so? Or they were always, bringing, or there was, boys that didn't have things. Like, have you done that? Have you been like, hey, my mom will talk to you, or go talk to my mom, or hey, mom, I've got this kid, or I guess both of y'all.
I'm thinking, I'm like, my oldest, and I hope you're watching. She's like that. She goes, Mom, I told such and such that you're good with this, and you can. I'm like, yeah, but you just can't tell everybody.
Like pimping us out.
Yeah.
I normally don't say to talk to my mom. I normally like ask my mom what to say.
Yeah, she's
because I don't want to overstep anyone. It's like, I'm just.
Can you talk to my kids?
Yeah.
Because they show up at my house. They're just there. And I'm like, hey. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. She's definitely told me some friends who have been struggling. And then she'll tell me, she goes, Mom, is this the right thing to say to this person? Like, they're like having really, bad thoughts and stuff like that. And, I'll ask her a little bit more questions because I just always like, I know we talked about it on another podcast, but like I don't know what it is. Maybe it's my field or I don't know. But every time I hear of a child taking their life, like it just does something to me. And I don't even have to know them because I know that they were struggling long before that happened. And I've known families and parents, like she said, parents are such a big part of it. It's like, don't ignore it.
Right.
Stop thinking my kid is fine. Stop thinking, okay, well, yeah, they have some scratches on them, or yeah, they're burning themselves, or yeah, they're doing this and that. It's like, take that seriously. It's a cry for help in some way. Maybe they're not going to do anything past that, but why risk it?
Right. And it's not just a phase.
Right.
Because parents will sometimes say that, like, oh, it's just a phase. No, it's not a phase. It's not a phase that's going to just somehow miraculously disappear. You have to speak to it.
But see, here's my thing. Don't you think that, well, one, kids are not going to act out unless they're hurting, like plain and simple, developmentally when you look at it. And obviously we know teenagers, but aren't those the same parents that if they take accountability, then they're going to have to face that they're part of the problem?
I think you would know that answer too.
What do you think about that?
Like parents not facing that they are a part of the problem. Like you've known people that have parents and that they're a part of the problem of why their kid is the way they are. Cause I know, a lot of people. So, and them taking accountability for why their child is acting a certain way, or maybe why they don't have a good relationship with their child, but them placing all the blame on the child.
Well, I don't think all of it is like, I know like people whose parent like isn't the problem, but like can help. And then I know people whose parents are like, had parents who were drug addicts, who were like whatever. Like I think that's a problem. Like they should take accountability for that and stop so they can be better for their kid. before it's too late.
Mhm.
But like,
Yeah. Unfortunately, Anaya has had a friend take their life. So it was, big on her, I know, in her life at that time. And so yeah, it's unfortunate that it's happening. And I want awareness out there. And I know Anaya has wanted it like out there as far as like people need to listen to their kids. And these kids, like she's mentioned a good point about social media. Like, what is it? I know you said social media. Like, what is it about social media that you feel impacts
with girls, I think it's comparing themselves to people.
body image?
Body image. Like, I know friends who are just sad, like, because they don't like the way she looks. Like, I mean, even, like, everyone can compare themselves. Like, if, like, a lot of girls do that. But if it gets to a certain point, then it's like, you need help. Well, not, like, in a mean way, but, like,
Yeah.
And then, like, for boys, I don't really know social media. Because I don't think boys, like, are that comparative, like, how girls are. But, I don't know.
It may be that boys have a harder time expressing how they feel.
Yeah, they do.
Because they feel if they do express it that, they're soft or they're looked at as, wimps or whatever. So it may be they hold their emotions in. Mm-hmm. And oftentimes that's what causes, more issues with them.
So I have a question. A few weeks ago on one of our podcasts, and we were talking about, and I brought up that in class, remember I said it's like, everybody was saying how, everybody's open or everybody's this or that, but they're the meanest people. And you said something earlier about when we said high school, you're like, no, they're mean. I don't want, like, you immediately just, so my question is, do you believe that social media has also created almost like a platform to be like mean to each other? Or do you think it's helping or?
No, I feel like it's just how they're raised.
She has a big opinion about how people were raised.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Go back to that parent household thing.
I mean, but that's good because that you say that. Like, I mean, as an 18-year-old saying that parents have such a big impact, like at home, of how it is.
Like, I've seen people be mean to each other on social media. That doesn't mean I'm going to do it. Like, I think it's also maturity.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, of course, I completely agree. And that's why I'm saying I love hearing that from you, because this is where people, like, there's so many people that want to point and say, oh, this generation, or oh, that, or oh, that. Y'all, we're sitting here with this generation right here saying it still starts in the household. It still starts in your family system, which we know. And I'm so tired of people going, oh, it's just this, or oh, it's just that, or oh, because of this, and oh, because of that. Because remember, love speaks the truth and difference makes excuses. And thank you, Aniah, for putting it out there. And I love when she goes, I don't want to be mean. It's not being mean. It is check yourself, as you say, self-reflection. Yes. Look within before you start pointing over here, and that's the thing, is that children have got to be nurtured. They are not little adults, but it takes a parent to get over themselves and parent your kid.
Yeah. I mean, and I've always said too, and I said this in earlier podcasts, is like, parents, we got to apologize to our kids sometimes, because when we do make mistakes,
a lot of times,
yeah, we need to. And I hate the old generation in the sense of I'm the parent and you just have to listen.
Yeah. What I say goes.
What I say goes. And I don't care if you think I'm wrong, because you just got to do it. Like, how many times have I apologized to you? Yeah, because I mess up. I am a parent that messes up because I'm human, and we need to do that. And I feel like that's been so important for my kids, is to own it. That I know I've made mistakes with them. I know I've made some bad turns, but when they have pointed out to me, as they get older, her older brother has said, Mom, you did X, Y, and Z, and it made me feel X, Y, and Z. Like, I'm like, damn, like, okay, like, you're right. I shouldn't have said it that way, or that's not what I meant. I apologize that it came out that way. And her and I still, she still lives at home, and there's still times like I put a lot of pressure on her. And, I put a lot of pressure on her being 18 now, and it's just because I want her to thrive. But she always says that to me, Mom, I'm a young graduate.
Like a week ago, right?
Yeah, she literally just turned 18, and she's like, I'm young. I graduated young. Don't expect that of me. And I do. I have to be like, okay, she's not her brother. Her brother was like, bye.
But you know what else? She's She's not you.
And she's not me. And I have to remember that too.
That's what I had to. There's a lot of her but that's what I had to do with Reagan too. It was like, oh yeah, he's not me.
Yeah.
Right.